this right now. Make sure God's first. Love God, serve God, and walk with God. Be in His light and love Him. Okay. God is my father. Yes, He's the king. I am the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. God is my father. Yes, He's the king. I'm the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Okay. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Alright. God is my father, I'm royalty. It's life with the princess. Okay, alright.
Hey everybody, it's me, your girl Tamar Braxton, and I'm with the princess from the Life with the Princess show, the voice of her generation. Yeah, baby.
We are the Heather Hills Philanthropists, and we listen to Life with the Princess radio show, the voice of our generation.
Hey everyone, it's me, Miracle, #the Princess, and welcome to my radio show called Life with the Princess Radio, the voice of my generation. Now, my show is about kids, and it's also for kids, and it's about giving God the glory. You can check me out on YouTube on Life with the Princess channel, on Instagram, and on Musical.ly at Life with the Princess. Now, I want to start off with something I call a miracles moment. If you can conceive it, you can believe it, and you can achieve it. Monday was World Book Day, a day when the United Nations created a celebrating reading. And in honor of World Book Day, I have two special guests. Now, my first guest is a children's book author who has a learning disability as a kid, which made it harder for him to learn. He was held back in school twice. Rick Daniels dropped out of school in the 10th grade in 1968 when he was just 18 years old. In 2001, he got his GED and took college courses. And despite his learning disability, he had a successful career in business. Now he speaks to children about bullying. Rick Daniels is the author of 3 children's books, Little Remy 2, and Ike and Mike. I spoke to Rick Daniels about his book. Take a listen. What was it like to live in D.C.?
You said, what is it like to live in D.C.?
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised here, so I grew up in D.C. I had a learning disability when I was a little boy. I'm 67 years old now, and when I was 5 years old, I had a learning disability. I had lead poisoning, and it slowed down my ability to read and write. And I suffered with it all my life, including up to today. I still struggle with reading and writing.
So what was your favorite book that you wrote?
My first book was Little Remy. I actually wrote Little Remy in 2014. And the book is actually about a little fictional boy, and he tells his mom that the kids tease and make fun of him because he can't read and write. The same thing I told my mom. We didn't use the word bullying when I was a kid. We said they picked on me or they teased and made fun of me. So that was my first book, Little Remy.
And what's the biggest thing that you did?
The biggest thing that I thought I did was when I got Little Remy. I have 2 Little Remys now. The biggest thing I thought I did is when I got my books in bookstores, especially Barnes & Noble, since they're nationwide, but having your books in bookstores is not the greatest thing in the world, but I thought that was the biggest thing. So now I think the biggest thing that I did is I wrote a bunch of more books.
And what was it like to not read or write?
It was challenging. Kids would bully me. Like I said, we didn't use bullying when I was a kid, but they would tease me, even in church when we had to read passages from the Bible, and I struggled with it, and the kids would snicker and make fun of me. So it was rough. And even as an adult, when I worked at English rental car, I had people would bully me then too.
So tell me about the other books you've written.
Okay. Well, first, in the first book, Little Remy 1, he tells his mom that the kids tease and make fun of him because he can't read and write. She tells him, oh, so they're bullying you. And he asks, what's bullying, Mom? She tells him, when kids are mean to you and call you bad names, that's called bullying. And she goes up to his school, and they start an anti-bullying campaign. They get rid of all the bullies in his school, and he becomes the school hero. But in book 2, Little Remy 2, Show Love and Kindness, Not Hate, he goes back to school in the 4th grade, and he finds out the kids are still getting bullied. And he asks his mom to come back to the school to do another bullying campaign. She tells him, no, this time you do it yourself. Teach kids to show love and kindness, not hate. And the 3rd book I wrote, Ike and Mike are 2 stuffed pups that sit on the back of my sofa, and they come alive in an amazing magical storybook adventure. They tour all over Washington, D.C.
And how can people buy your books?
They can go to my website, and they can buy my books there. They can order it, and I deliver. They can order it online, or I can deliver it to them if they're local here in D.C. And to buy my books, they have to go to my website, which is www.thefriendsofrickdaniels.com.
What advice would you give to kids who want to write books?
Write about something that they cherish, something that they know about, or they can write about something that they don't know about, but write with passion, and they'd be surprised if they can write a book, how far it may go. Even though they may be kids, there are kids out here that have written books. I've read a few myself. So if that's their passion, write about it.
Do you have any plans to write more books?
Yes, I do. Little Remy, I mentioned the first one, and Little Remy 2, Show Love and Kindness, Not Hate. There are 10 books in the Little Remy series. And the Ike and Mike book that I told you about, there are 20 on paper, 1 in production, 1 on its way to production, and 18 more to go so far. And I'm still writing Ike and Mike books every day. I think there'll be a total of about 40 Ike and Mike books before I stop.
Thank you for letting me interviewing you today.
Thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate it so much, and I hope your fans like my story. Thank you again.
You're welcome. That was Rick Daniels, author of books Little Remy and Little Remy 2 and Ike and Mike. You can order his book online at thefriendsofrickdaniels.com. Now, we have to take a break, but when we come back, we'll talk to another author who's only 10 years old, and we'll also have Miracle's message and Miracle's word of the day.
I need to tell you this right now. Make sure God's first. Love God, serve God, and walk with God. Be in His light and love Him. Okay. God is my Father. Yes, He's the King. I am the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. God is my Father. Yes, He's the King. I am the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Okay. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Alright. God is my Father, I'm royalty. It's life with the princess. Okay, alright.
Hey everybody, it's me, your girl Tamar Braxton, and I'm with the princess from the Life with the Princess show, the voice of her generation. Yeah, baby.
We are the Heather Hills Philanthropists, and we listen to Life with the Princess radio show, the voice of our generation.
Welcome back to Life with the Princess radio show, the voice of my generation. I'm your host, Miracle, #the Princess. And next, we have our next guest, which is Shelamiah Griffiths-Johnson. He's a writer of a book called Success Starts Here. Welcome to my show today.
Hi, Miracle. Thank you for having me today.
So tell me about your book and what is it about?
Well, my book is about positive affirmations that help you gain success. That's why I named it Success Starts Here.
And why did you name it Success Starts Here?
I named my book Success Starts Here because when you read my book, you will find many positive affirmations. They will help you self-motivate. The key is speaking to yourself and getting yourself to a place where you can act on things you need to get done.
And what inspired you to write this book?
Well, most mornings, I used to be waking up grouchy, feeling miserable, and technically having a bad day. So my mom made me listen to guided meditations along with reading positive affirmations. That helped me a lot, so I wanted to help other kids with that same problem I had.
Why is it important for our generation to be writers?
Because we are the future. We need to bring new ideas to new problems. We need a voice too.
And what is your favorite book?
Well, my favorite book would be Bud Not Buddy. It was from Christopher Paul Curtis because he really inspires me. Yeah.
Who is your favorite author?
Christopher Paul Curtis.
And why is your book so unique?
My book is unique because it's from a 10-year-old. It's from a child's view. It also has amazing points in it, and the illustrations are all from me.
What is your favorite affirmation in your book?
My favorite affirmation is push through it. I'll read it for you. Don't stop until you reach the end. Do not sleep until you accomplish your goals. You are greatness, so be the best you can be. Keep your head up and push beyond your comfort zone. Then you're guaranteed to succeed.
And what can we expect from you in the future?
Well, I can't say too much, but you will be expecting a lot more books that are published from me, and yeah.
And how can people get more information about how to buy your books?
You can visit me at iamshalamaya@gmail.com, and my Instagram page is iamshalamaya007.
What's the biggest thing you have ever did?
Well, currently, I'm part of a group named the Heather Hills Philanthropist, and we have done a hurricane relief drive. We have been helping, mostly we're trying to get it to Puerto Rico, and yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the biggest thing we've been doing since.
So thank you for joining me on my show today. If you want more information on how to get Shelamiah's book, Success Starts Here, email him at iamshelamaya@gmail.com. That's iamshelemih@gmail.com. So you can also check him out on Instagram at iamshelamaya007. That's iamshelemih007. I will also put his email address and IG page on my YouTube page after the show. Now for Miracle's Word of the Day. Miracle's Word of the Day is literacy, which means the ability to read and write. Some people have trouble with literacy. As we heard from our author Rick Daniels but learning to read and write is an important skill. Now it's time for Miracle's message. Today's message comes from Psalms 34, verse 1. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. That means I will always praise God for all that He is and all that He done for me. Literally, I'm in a radio show today. So, yeah. And now it's for a new segment I like to call The Princess Spills the Tea. Rapper J. Cole broke Apple Music's record for streams in the first 24 hours in the U.S. for his fifth album, K.O.D., with 64.5 million streams on its first day. J. Cole's album passed up Drake's album, called Views, by nearly 1 million streams. 7 out of the top 10 most streamed songs in a 24-hour period on Apple Music are now from J. Cole's album. And last but certainly not least, Beyonce became the first black woman to headline Coachella, music's most celebrated festival. Her performance was completed with a marching band and appearances by her husband, Jay-Z, and her former group, Destiny's Child. She wowed the audience, but one moment that had everyone talking and laughing was when she tried to pick up her sister, Solange, and both of them fell. They kicked their heels up and got back up to the show. Now, that's what a true queen recovers. Guys, I have some more, more YouTube stuff. My favorite Viner now is Lele Pons. She's a Latina Viner, and she's so funny with her whole entire group and everything, like Amanda and Iana and Hannah. They make the most funniest things. And I can't stop watching. I'm literally obsessed. Literally obsessed. But on May 12th, I'm going to be having my own birthday party, my Hollywood themed birthday party. It's like, we were supposed to have 5 VIPs, but unfortunately the limousine broke down. Darn it. But we still get to have a wonderful party because we're going to be going to have a red carpet walk, and people get to take pictures. We're gonna have our own gift shop and stuff, and our own fake little restaurant. We set up the chairs and the tables, and there's this person I think who's gonna say so what table for? And be table for 3 or table for 2. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping. And then we're probably going to have this big area where there's a huge stage. We get to do stuff or, sing and talk and stuff. But if we can't have that area, we do have a second place to be, which is my plan B. Yeah, and the birthday party is going to be so fun because I get to have all my friends there. So, stuff like that. But also, Roblox. Always got to add in that Roblox. I really have been playing Roblox, though. Not really active for Roblox. If you're wondering what my phone Roblox account is, it's Annie LeBlanc 12345. So, stuff like that. So, Shellamai, you want to say something?
So, you said Roblox, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your username?
For my phone, it's Annie LeBlanc 12345.
Can you spell that, please?
ANnieLeBlanc 12345. I am planning to change my username though, because it's not really about me. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, continuing on, I just figured out that my friend Janae, who really close friends with in school, has also Roblox, and her name is Flower Prince 2121. And that's interesting, because I was why is it Flower Prince? She meant to put princess, but unfortunately, autocorrect. That darn old autocorrect. Why? But also I figured out that my friend Beatrice literally also has Roblox. And I think it's BEAJ. Yeah, I can't really remember her name. We barely play. We only played together in an obby. And I literally suck at the obby. It's I'm in my 100s, even though it's in the thousands. And I'm trying to get better at obbies, but for some reason, I can't because of how hard the obbies are. But continuing on, if you guys are wondering, is your birthday actually on May 12th? No, guys, my birthday's on May 5th, but it's just that I want a birthday party on a different day on my actual birthday, because, like, my actual birthday is like a family thing. My birthday party is more like a whoop, whoop, raise the roof, you know, stuff like that. And I really want a dog and a puppy. I must bow. Well, yeah, I'm turning 10 years old. And we are now having this family tradition with my dad when on even numbers we have like a actual group party, and on odd numbers we have like just us two, because on my 9th birthday party, well, not really birthday party, but we went to Orlando, Florida as a surprise, but this one woman ruined it on the airplane. I can explain the story possibly later, but I'm just saying, if I did explain it, then you know what I'm talking about, you guys. This woman messed it up. She said, so why are you going to Orlando, Florida? I was like, we're going to Florida? I didn't even know we were going to be going on an airplane. My father just said, we're going to examine the airplane, but unfortunately, everybody was sitting down. So I was like, Daddy, why is everybody sitting down? And they're like, they're just going to see how it is to be like on an airplane. It's like, okay, cool. So then we had to switch seats, and then the driver was talking. I was like, is she talking about how, like it is here? And then we had to switch seats back because me and my father were like, separated. But then the person volunteered to switch so we can be together. And we did. But we started to fly. I was like, Daddy, why? He said, actually, we're flying. And I asked him, why are we going to Orlando, Florida? He started to laugh. He was like, who told you? It's like the woman who was with me. She told me we're going to Orlando, Florida. She said she was going to see her daughter to do some soccer stuff. I don't know really what she said. But then we started to, start to move. I was like, Daddy, are we flying yet? He was like, no, you'll feel it. And then a few seconds later, it's like, are we flying yet? It's like, no, you'll feel it. And then I thought I felt it, and I was like, are we flying yet? He was like, no, child, you'll feel it. And then once we felt it, I felt like I was actually like flying by myself. Like, as if you're Superman. Congratulations, Daddy. I just called out your name. He calls himself Superman because, his name starts with the S. Just letting you guys know. But, it's hard to fly. And then on our way back to, I think it's DC, we had like turbulence. I swear, I was like, oh God, we're all gonna die. And everyone was like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. I was like, guys, this is my first time on a plane. Please do not make me throw up. Because I've never been on a plane before. I don't want to be on a plane anymore. But once we came right back, because don't you you have like those feelings on a roller coaster when you like don't want to go because of how scary it is. And then once you go, you're like, oh my gosh, it was scary and fun at the same time. You want to go again. That's how I felt on an airplane. I always get that feeling every single time in a theme park. I think I have a problem. But continuing on, yeah. So, talking about school, we just had a testing week for 2 weeks, reading and math. And I bet you I sucked at math. I don't know why, but I literally suck at math. For reading, I think I'm better at reading, I should say. Because I had to use my scratch paper for math, but literally I suck at math. And sometimes I'm just like so confused. I'm just like, I'm just going to guess. Forget it. Let me just guess. I guess and I go back. Oh, speaking of grades, I got an honor roll. Yay! Which is when you get all A's and B's, except for I had 1 C in math. I don't know why. Why did I get 1 C in math? But continuing on, I got honor roll, which is the most important part because I got mostly all A's and B's. Yay. It's my first time getting, honor roll. I always get perfect attendance because I never miss a day of school. But that one time, when I had to go to News Channel 8, they marked me absent and I came late and they're like, Miracle. Seriously, you came late. Now you're not going to get perfect attendance. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But I was like, what? Are you serious? I must get that perfect attendance. Like, I need that perfect attendance. Like, I need at least an award, okay? It feels horrible when you don't get an award. Yes, guys, I've been through it before. I actually cried. Me and my friend Beatrice cried because we didn't get an award together. It's so hard. I'm just joking, guys. But it is so hard to go through. Well, I did this thing for Antioch, my church, on Saturday. I was like, why are we going to church on Saturday? Like, child, we need to do some stuff. Okay. So we had to celebrate for this girl who does Me and the Bees, which she gives out lemonade. Is it lemonade or tea? Well, continuing on, she gives out that stuff for bees because she has ginger and she has raspberry or something. Raspberry? What? Is it peach? Raspberry? Plum? Whatever? I don't. Well, yeah, but it tasted good. Surprisingly, the ginger was actually tasting good. I was like, that's not normal. I usually hate ginger. Oh, yeah, it's called prickly pear, so it is pear. Plus, there was more flavors. So, Me and the Bees, some really good, some lemonade. We just saw it at some grocery store, and I think it's called, I forgot what it was called. I forgot what the grocery store was called, but it is Me and the Bees, and there was more like mint and stuff. I'm excited to try that. Yeah, but my Antioch Baptist Church also featured the products of two other young in people who does stuff, you know, like young age of like me, except I have bigger things, because like this little boy, I forgot what his name was, but he's trying to make and bake cookies. So it's called Jalen's Bakery, actually, yeah. And he's trying to make, you know, cookies, so then he can like get some money so he can buy his mother a house. Wow, look at that young kid doing some stuff here. Like, I never thought of that. I mean, I wanted to get my mom a house because we live in an apartment. It smells bad and it sucks being there. My father's laughing in the background. But, yeah, it literally sucks at my apartment. And I just, like, I want to see my father every single day so I can go to his house. Yeah. So, also, there's a Moe's Bows in Jalen's Bakery. And I encourage everyone to buy their products. Yeah, it was fun. Plus, if you guys do have Musical.ly and you saw my Musical.ly, I had Lego earrings. And those Lego earrings were like perfect for me because they were blue. And you can attach more Legos to it. Surprisingly, there was a person who made them. You know, like stuff like that. They made them and they added like earring stuff to it. So they also had the back parts, which I had to add, which sucked because I wish I had them. But yeah, that does it for my show today. And I'd like to thank my guest, Shellamaya Griffiths-Johnson, author of Success Starts Here, and Rick Daniels, author of Little Remy 1 and 2, and Ike and Mike. For booking information or to be a guest on the show, email me at lifewiththeprincess@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to my show called Life with the Princess Radio. You can check me out on YouTube on Life with the Princess channel, on Instagram, and on Musical.ly at Life with the Princess. And my radio show is on every second and fourth Saturday of the month from 10:30 to 11 here on WOB 1010 AM Baltimore. And I'll talk to you guys again on May 12th, 1 week after my birthday. Yee!
I need you to tell you this right now. Make sure God's first. Love God, serve God, and walk with God. Be in His light and love Him. Okay. God is my father. Yes, He's the king. I am the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. God is my father. Yes, He's the king. I'm the princess, so I'm royalty. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Okay. P-R to the I-N-C, E to the double S. Alright. God is my father. I'm royalty. It's life with the princess. Okay. Alright.
Hey everybody, it's me, your girl Tamar Braxton, and I'm with the princess from the Life with the Princess show, the voice of her generation. Yeah, baby.
We are the Heather Hills Philanthropists, and we listen to Life with the Princess radio show, the voice of our generation.